growing up, I was a pretty active young person. I loved to try anything. I was pretty outgoing and really enjoyed trying different things. After I was injured, that was, very difficult. I was the first person to ever survive in the world an injury of this, size and of this level, and so they didn't know what I was capable of, and really didn't think it was going to be much of a life, very long of a life, or really much of a quality of life. And so I was in a bit of a deep, dark sort of pit of a hole at first. Where do I go? I was never suicidal, but I sure felt that there wasn't a lot of brightness out there for a while, and opportunities. What could somebody in my situation accomplish? I was being told pretty well nothing.
I met Robb when I first finished nursing school, and he was living down in a group home in Granville Island, which is what's called Creekview, and he interviewed me for a nursing position, and we just sort of really hit it off. We realized as time went on over the months that we weren't just going to be friends, and we started dating, and we were the first ones who wanted to live on our own and sort of live a normal life. But it was difficult as far as there was nobody else out in, really I think, in the world that lived apart from a group home setting that was as high of a level of spinal cord injury as Robb. And we had to fight for that, but it was very well worth it. And it was the only way to do it. And we just grew closer, and through those difficult times, we just realized that it was a very special time in our life, and we ended up moving out and got engaged and married not long afterwards.
When I met my wife, Sarah, she just opened my eyes up to really what was possible, and she was willing to support me and support our lives together going after more, to think outside the box, to stretch the boundaries of what was possible.
Back then, it was such a different world than it is now. So if he followed what other people told him was possible, the doctors and such, his life would have been finished in not even a year or two. So he just didn't believe in that, and he believed that his life was worth more and that he could do more, just take day by day.
I started looking at what some other people that maybe didn't have as tough of an injury, as high level of an injury as I did, and I was looking at what they were doing, and I said, I think I can do that. I can hang out with my friends and go to family dinners and enjoy being at the beach. Even though I couldn't swim, I could enjoy watching people swim and just being more involved. And so the more I sort of realized I couldn't do too much, I started looking at what could I do, and I realized there was a lot of things that I still could enjoy.
Early years with the girls were so special. To have both like twins was very intense, but it was a huge blessing, because we weren't sure if we were going to have one, let alone two. So it was just filled with a lot of wonderful times, and just getting our priorities in check.
Well, having kids was, of course, a huge decision, especially somebody in my situation. I did a lot of soul searching before we decided to go ahead and try to have our own children. And the big thing I wanted to resolve or understand was, can I give my children the life they deserve in many ways? And I thought about what my dad gave me. And yeah, he taught me how to kick the soccer ball or how to ski and things like that, which were important. And I thought, well, I can't do that as well. But there was ways that I could be involved in their lives actively, but also I think the thing that I came to, or that's the realization I came to quite quickly, was that what was important to me growing up was my dad could give me love and support and safety and strength. He was there. A very strong role model in my life, and that's what I look for. And I thought, I can do that. It doesn't matter I'm in this situation. I can give that emotionally, and so that helped me realize that. I think those are sort of the most important attributes that you can give your children, and that's what I worked hard on, making sure I delivered that.
I think just his morals and experiences just as a general person, no matter his injury or not, I think he would always raise such a loving family. We do a lot of the normal, just we go to my sporting events and everything like that special, and you don't really realize it until you think about what we all do together, and then you realize that it's just a lot of great memories.
I think he just has a passion for life. I think he was challenged in a way that he just had to decide who he wanted to be. And he just decided that what happened to him wasn't going to change who he was going to be, whether he was injured or not. So he just really followed that and worked so hard to get where he is today.
My life today it turned out very much like I'd hoped it would. Obtain a wonderful relationship with my wife, and to have a family and have a job that I'm very passionate about. I love working for the Rick Hansen Foundation. They allow me to be very creative. Rick initially said, Rob, I think we should look at having an ambassador program. Go ahead and figure out how to create it and implement it and keep it going for 14, 15 years now. It's been a great journey, and I look forward to what the ambassadors program can do in the future, what the Rick Hansen Foundation is going to accomplish in the future, because Rick has some huge dreams, and he's a real visionary, and I look forward to being part of that journey. And so my life is, I feel incredibly full, and I feel very blessed to have it, and I get excited about waking up every day to say, what's in store for me.